What's going on, everyone? It is Rod here. We're back. World record recap. Week, I don't even know. May 1st to May 7th, 149.767. The only sub 150 by, who else? Alberto. On Merry Mountain. Yoshi, Bitty Buggy, Azure Roller, guys. We're just jumping right into it. And this is a big one. And by big one, I just mean that there's like, a few interesting things to talk about. So let's talk about them. All right, I just wanted to reposition my laptop so I don't look to the side. Alberto, talking about Merry Mountain, says, implemented a new strat on lap 1 found by Hibiki. Super Mini Turbo into Mini Turbo on the first bridge. Let's watch it. Super Mini Turbo into Mini Turbo on the first bridge. Into a slide trick on the boost ramp, which we just saw. The whole sequence saves around 0.2. 0.2. 200 milliseconds, guys. This run had a similar lap 1 split to my old run despite using the strat. So it's very improvable. What he means is, the lap 1, I mean, if you didn't get it. If you get it, you're good. But if you didn't get it, he's saying that this lap 1 time, the 38.456, is actually similar to his old run where he didn't use the strat that saves 0.2. So that means that he kind of drove 0.2 slower. He just used a strat. So it's very improvable. The time save came from optimizing laps 2 and 3, which are almost double BKS, best known splits. What he's saying, let me slide myself over. What he's saying is, laps 2 and 3 are the best known by anyone, not just him, not just in a world record, in general, ever driven. Crazy. Almost double BKS, so a 0.6 shouldn't be too hard. This is a 0.7, so yeah, 0.6 shouldn't be too hard. As I'm able to save at least 0.15, 150 milliseconds, on lap 1 easily. I'll give you a challenge. You could say 0.2 easily if you get out of strat. But the track is quite difficult and also kills my hand if I play for too long. You kind of get that sense. Yoshi's going all over the place. Arthritis Simulator Speedrun is time trialing Mario Kart Deluxe. But I mean, need I say more? But, great run from Alberto. I'm like, I'm excited. You know what? I love these videos. I always have a great time. I always lose my mind by the end of the video, but we're starting off big. We got the hand gestures. All right, next race, next run. I don't know, record. By the way, Alberto, that was his second record on the same day on May 1st. His first was a 149.848. Then he got the 767. Now, Bangkok Rush, a 141.954 by Panda. This was also set on May 1st. And he got 4 records on May 1st. We watched his April 30th 142.082 last week. Got a bunch of improvements, ending with the sub, a 141.954. And I believe that we actually watched this last week. So we're going to check that, and then we're going to move on. Yeah, we did. We cheated last week. We watched, 1 day extra after the week. We're actually doing that again this week, not for this track. So let's move on. Oh my god, what do we have here? Yoshi's Island, 200cc, 126.406 by my... Pause. 406 by my guy, Technical. By the way, for those who don't know, part of why these videos are so chaotic is because it's completely uncut. As in, I hit the pause button on OBS Live, and then I record. There's no editing. So, if I say it, it's in. Pause. Okay, 126.483 by 3UP is what we saw last week. And for those who don't know, 3UP uses an inside drifting bike. He uses specifically the Yoshi bike. I mean, it's Yoshi's Island. So this is this is the 3UP combo, Black Yoshi bike. And for those who have been following along, you know that wasn't 3UP's first record on the track. No, it was actually his third. They've been going back and forth, Technical and 3UP. Technical using King Boo Streetle now. Before he was using Link, it's the same thing. But this is the current record. Will 3UP strike back? He has, struck. He has struck back multiple times. 3 to be exact. Or I guess he struck back twice because he's gotten 3 records. It's way too early for me to be this chaotic. But this was not Technical's only record in the week. His first was on May 1st, a 126.475. This 69 millisecond improvement was on May 3rd, 2 days later. And Technical, being my guy Technical, has feedback for us. BYI. Just wanted to say I'm really enjoying the outward versus inward battle. Still not sure which will prevail. All I know is outward has potential for at least a 126.2. For those who don't remember from last week or want a refresher, we do have 3-ups that I'll pull up his notes. By the way, if you don't really know, this isn't really me reacting to the world record. It's more you watching the world record and me just spitting out knowledge. So last week, 3-up did say that if Tech decides to come back, it'll probably take quite a while for me to reclaim. And that was referring to the fact that it already took several days of on and off grinding for him to get his previous world record. So Tech did come back. You know, it has already been 6 days. Is 3-up in the lab right now? Is he cooking something special up for us? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. But for now, Outward has reclaimed its throne on Yoshi's Island 200cc, and 3-up will have to wait another day. Next up, we got SNES Mario Circuit 3, a 104.542. Is it Genswa or is it Alberto? The name is Genswa, but the me is Alberto, and the flag is Spain. It's Genswa. Genswa got a 104.542 on SNES. I don't know what this is. I saw this. I don't remember doing this. But Genswa got a 104.542 on May 3rd, which was his first record in 54 days, beating his previous record by 39 milliseconds. He has been uncontested on this track for a combined total of 166 days in a row since November 24th, 2022, when he got his first world record on the track. Now, I saw in the comments, some of you were saying that I kind of spit out too many numbers, especially when someone gets like 6 world records in a week and I just go through them. So I'm going to try to cut back on that. But I feel like, you know, these dates, like the fact that he's had the record for 166 days, I don't think that's that complicated for you guys to understand, you know, without like reading. Because I understand that like if I'm reading 6 times off a screen that I can see and you can't, it's a bit confusing. Anyway, I mean, shortcut. This track before the bounce patch used to be Baby Daisy. That's why my ghost of Baby Daisy, I'm assuming. And the baby strats were just upgraded to Yoshi, who's a lot faster. Takes a bit longer to get each mini turbo, kills your hands just a bit more. But Genswa reclaimed the day after the balance patch on March 10th, and didn't reclaim. He just got a better world record immediately using Orange Yoshi. In fact, no Yoshi has had the world record on this track apart from Orange Yoshi and Genswa. Bang. And by the way, Genswa's comment on his public tweet was, "I fixed the ending." So I don't know. Go back, watch the ending. Apparently, it's fixed. And I'll just throw in that Technical's caption with his tweet was, "Joyous adventures in Glaggleland." That could be a Yoshi's Island thing, or I'm out of the loop. I don't know. I looked it up and a Know Your Meme page showed up, so I'm clearly out of the loop. Next up is GCN Waluigi Stadium 150cc by the most dominant player that literally no one knows. Look at this time. A 153.974. Not only is Japanese player F the only person in the world to get a sub 154, he's the only person to get a sub 154.9. 0.9. You know how long 0.9 is? That's a long time, bro. Like, for real. I gotta stop speaking. Okay, let's watch the ghost. So, every week, right, we come back to this track, and I'm like, yeah, Japanese player F just dominating once again. Bro has that 154.900 that you saw second worldwide was a world record. And then F, who had the world record before that, just improved by almost 0.3 with his first improvement. And then just keeps going. And he's been doing this for like 3 weeks. Just every few days. A record out of nowhere. And we don't know who he is. So people have to manually check. I need a cough. So that happened last video, but it was near the end of the race, so I just like held it in. Obviously we were nowhere near the end. But anyway, yeah, people have to like manually open the game's leaderboards to check if this guy got a new world record or not. We do have access to like the ghost data, just in case there's any discrepancies with the date. But as far as I know, we don't know who this guy is, because like all the posts are just someone like taking a picture of their Switch, downloading the ghost, and be like, oh, F got another record. He got the sub on this one. Also, okay, he didn't do a lap 2, but if you notice on lap 1, on that turn, right, they haven't been getting the mini turbo to do that trick in a while, around the fire ring before the boost panels. But newly, ooh, nice trick. Newly on lap 1, he does a little alignment hop. Might be a coin thing because he only had 2 coins at the time. But this stuff, all the same, he's just really optimizing his driving. I mean, you know, he's improved the record by about a second, which is crazy. He's in a league of his own on this track, like, truly. But I guess now that you have 10 coins, like, you have enough speed. Yeah, you just go. You don't want a mini turbo because it flies you. Like, look how tight he takes that turn. You're not able to do that if you get the mini turbo trick there. Nice little launch here into the shortcut. Bada bing, bada boom. And I mean, yeah, dominating completely. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Bro is him. If you're ever in a worldwide and there's a Japanese player named F and you're playing Waluigi Stadium, I would recommend leaving the room. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Next record. By the way, here's the hop he does. Boom, hop, and then the trick. Man. Next up, we got Toru Ninja Hideaway, a 152.140 by Japanese player Devil, also known as... That was not loud enough. It says Rasu, but Google Translate, I don't know. But this is this player's first world records on Ninja Hideaway. We actually did see records last week, I believe. Yeah, no, never mind. We did not. But I recognize the player. So this player has gotten world records before in the past, just not last week. I don't know why I thought. Anyway, point is, this is a 152.140. Also got a 152.294 on the same day. We are on May 4th. That beat out Paco's world record on this track, which stood for 53 days, which was the only post-balance patch world record using, or the only post-balance patch world record, and it used Birdo Bitty Buggy, which is the same as Yoshi Bitty Buggy. Before that, Frog actually had the world record using Baby Peach Bitty Buggy, and before Frog, Army had the world record for like 260 days. So, yeah. In the comment section of the Twitter post, get ready for this one. There it is. In the comment section of the Twitter post of this world record, there was a discussion in Japanese. Well, actually, there was a question in English. It just said sub, question mark, right? This is a 0.14. You're thinking any room, just, I'm assuming it's not talking about sub 0.1. We're talking about sub 152. And here is the response. It translates to, if you are good at tile luck games, you might have a chance. That's Google Translate. Deep L says, if the tile luck game works out, we may have a chance. Now, I'm trying to think what that refers to. The tiles? I'm thinking it could be like the Piranha shortcut. There's tiles on that floor, but are these tiles? I don't know. If any of you speak Japanese, I apologize for Google Translate, but here we go. That was the response when asked about the sub. I really don't know what tile luck... I mean, I know luck, right? So he's talking about some sort of a luck strat that has to do with some sort of tiles, but I don't see any... Unless these are tiles. The rooftop. Is this lucky? I don't know. I wish I did. Maybe some of you do. Let me know. Nice. Wow, like 90 degrees. But W. We now head over to Wii DK Summit, 200cc, a 132.389, solidly half a second ahead of second place. Wow, and second place is solidly 0.7 ahead of third. So the distance between 1 and 4 is 1.3 seconds, which is crazy. 1.2 between 1 and 3. Technical is in a league of his own on this track, for sure. Yes. 132.389 by my guy Technical, and my guy Technical, of course, has some notes about this run. DK Summit, decent enough run despite the subpar lap 1. Standard tires, as you can see, blue standard are the same as regular standard. Standard tires save quite a lot. Good to know. We are one small strat away from 131 being doable. I like how he says we, as if third place isn't a full 1.3 seconds behind, but all good for 1.2. Yeah, so, really, he is one small strat, but, I mean, anyone could find the strat, send it over to Technical. Technical does what Technical does, gets a 131. Cash money cash. And I'll head over to just check, because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so this 132.389 was on May 5th, but Tech did actually get on May 4th as well, a 132.642. Tech has had the world record since March 16th, when Sir Bookrider had a 133.8. Technical took it over from there, and just been on a rampage. Used to be Peach. Used to be Yoshi, is now Peach. They do have the same stats. I do want to watch. I'm just going to watch lap 3 because I do like this track. But yeah, the record on May 4th and the record on May 5th were the first records to use standard tires. And I'm going to have to update the website because it says standard instead of blue standard. Unless, those are blue standard. Anyway, the shortcut, boom. Cash. Trick. Great ending turn. Nice. Well done. The first non-DLC record of the week, a 153.499 sub 0.5 on Twisted Mansion 150cc by Alberto using Yoshi Bitty Buggy. This, I know for a fact, used to be Baby Daisy, Bitty Buggy, but, the common trend. I really don't know how many, there's probably very few, if any, tracks that Baby Daisy, and I mean the buffed version now being like Baby Mario or Dry Bones, has a world record on. I think there is a Dry Bones track still, but I mean Yoshi is just dominating. P, who we've seen lots of times, has world records, and we've seen in the top 10s in this video. Just put out a video actually about Wave 4 and the balance patch and how it has taken over, dominated time trials and the meta change. I'll link to that video. Bang. It's actually a banger video. He worked a long time, very quality. If you're, used to my quality videos, you're in for a massive treat because I don't, put that much quality production, post-production effort into my videos. But, I mean, the video is just information presented beautifully. So, yeah, shout out to people. Anyway, Twisted Mansion 150cc. This was on May 5th, and it was Alberto's first record since March 31st. Stood for 35 days. And Alberto, being Alberto, has some notes for us. Twisted Mansion. This track is pace locked by waves, the second trick, on both lap 1 and lap 2, which makes it an annoying category to optimize. This run isn't very good, and there's also pace break potential. I'll explain all this if you don't understand. There's pace break potential on lap 2, as you can Kusan slide off the wave you can't trick off of, but you need a fast lap 1 for it. Okay, there's a lot to unpack. I, as an Alberto, struggle getting good lap 1s because the waves feel luck-based, so I won't try for now. Alright. Let's take a step back here. If you don't already know, pace locks are where there's some moving element, like for example, and we're going to look at it as well. Some moving element, like for example, the waves on this track, the waves on Ribbon Road, the Shy Guys on DK Summit. We haven't really ran into that yet. I think on 150cc, Calcare posted a clip though. But you can see, Alberto stakes in the beginning, gets a trick here, and then is able to get those. He's able to get both tricks. But if he does, what he's saying is if he does the beginning faster, right? If he does it more optimized, he actually gets the waves too early. So he gets there first, but is unable to do the trick, and the person who got there later does the trick and catches up. So that's a pace lock, because, you have to go slower in order to be faster. He's saying that happens on both lap 1 and lap 2. Now, he's saying that if your lap 1 is super fast, and you're too fast to get the second trick over here, so you get the first, you're too fast to get that trick, you're actually able to slide, maintain your momentum, and then, continue on. But he's saying it's hard to get a really fast lap 1, so because the waves feel luck-based. And I know, like, watching it, it just looks like he is, the wave is there and he gets the trick, it looks all good. But it just, like, when you get the trick, it looks really obvious. But, like, there's a lot of examples where it looked exactly the same, you just don't get the trick because you're just slightly off. So, yeah, interesting developments on Twisted Mansion. Dolphin Shoals 150cc. Bet you guys didn't expect this track to show up. We have not seen it at all in this series yet. This isn't the first post-balance patch world record. That was actually the day the balance patch happened. It was on March 9th because the track already used Rosalina, and then Rosalina was buffed. So the same player. You want to hear Google Translate say it? I guess we can do that. That same player just improved his world record using Rosalina on the first day. But then 2 days later, Japanese player translates to seaweed. It's actually kind of funny. The Japanese player seaweed. This world record holder translates to spring color. So there you go. Yeah, got the world record and then left it for 54 days. Then on May 4th, got a 152.835. Then, I'm sorry, I'm doing the numbers thing. 835. Then May 6th, got a 152.762. And then this, 152.708, improving by just under 60 milliseconds from that other one on the same day. Using Yoshi Streetle. All the May 4th, all the May records, the May 4th, May 6th, used Yoshi Streetle instead of Link or Rosalina or King Boo on Streetle. I don't have any comments on this one. I can see if there's anything on Twitter, but you know, I haven't watched the Dolphin Shoals record in a while actually. So great shortcut. I mean, just wonderful. The 152.835, the caption was just a bunch of dots, like dot, 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 no words. And then, oh, we got a caption for this one. The .762, which is not this one, but the .762, what does this mean? I don't know. Trojan. Okay. And then for this record, the caption was, "Tonight too, dissolve in water and good night." Dissolve in water tonight and good night. Dolphin Shoals reference, I don't know. Sydney Sprint 150cc. It's the Panda Me, but it's Byron, a 159.789, one of 2 sub 2 minute runs ever on this track, or by a person on this track. So let's give it a watch. We got a lot of time. Byron's caption was simply 0.7. And let me load it up. This is coming off of, Byron had the record before this, had an 825. And that was 21 days before this record, on April 15th. Byron has held the world record on this track without contest since April 14th, that same day. But did have the record before the balance patch and earlier in 2022 and August 22, like when the track released. Got a bunch of world records and then adapted to Yoshi Teddy Buggy and pulled this one on us. Let's give it a watch. I've talked a lot. I'd like to apologize. But then again, you're the one watching. So if you're still here at this point, like let's be honest for a second. Enough shenanigans have occurred in this video from myself that if you're like, I'm not, listen, this is heart to heart right now. If you're still here, dude, like, first of all, you're a real one, you're a homie, and you put up with it, and I respect you for that, and I thank you for that. So we're just having a good time, right? It's just the boys being boys, and girls being girls, and others being themselves. All right. Anyway, mini turbo strategic. Whoa, don't. Stop. So much has happened. Mini turbo strategery, then the delayed trick, which you do not see often in this game, and then the coin just out of nowhere. Absolute snipe of a coin throw onto Yoshi, so that was kind of cool. Banger music. Some of the best music in the game, I'm not even gonna lie. It might be a little. I thought my arm was cut off, but it was just perfectly in line with the chair. I was really confused. I mean, you can't not dance to this, dude. Like, come on. Alright, actually, saxophone. I can tell the difference. Come on. Holy shortcut. Cash. DS Mario Circuit, a 136.957, the sub by Pete. We were just talking about Pete. He got the 136.957 using Yoshi Bitty Buggy on DS Mario Circuit. His Twitter caption was sub exclamation mark, and he did give us some nice insight into the run. For some context, P has had the world record since March 17th. This record is the first since March 24th, which stood for 43 days. It was a 137.004, ever so close to the sub. But P went to other tracks and did his thing, as he does best. And his notes: was nice to get sub on BMC. Not surprising. But there's still so much room left on that track. The main problem with the track is that there's a luck-based NISC at the end of lap 1. Get ready. Luck-based. What I'm guessing... Oh, he's about to describe it. The GOAT. Of course, the GOAT's going to describe it for us. Let's go. For those who don't know, when you touch a coin in this... Yeah, this is true. This is true. When you touch a coin in this game, flames come out of the cart's exhausts. That's a weird way of saying that it gives you a very slight speed boost. But yeah, flames come out of the cart's exhaust, which is how you know it gives you a very slight speed boost. And if that happens while you drift into the off-road, you will be slowed down immediately. So I'd say like 80% of my lap 1s die to that. I also missed the UMT after shortcut in lap 2, which lost 150 milliseconds. Damn. I'm currently aiming to get a mid 36.7. But there's some horrible strap potential in the last turn of lap 3 that doesn't need to be talked about. We don't talk about it, guys. We do not talk about it. Now, for those of you wondering, why is it only lap 1? How come the same NISC isn't luck-based on lap 2 and 3? It's because you don't get the coin on lap 2 and 3. So probably none of you were wondering that, and I was just an idiot. I was going to say something, and then I realized that it had to do with the coin. And, yeah. Alright, so we're going to watch this NISC, knowing in mind the coin situation. So you see, he got the coin, and then he went into the air. So what he's saying is, if he doesn't get like that perfect air, where he doesn't get any off-road, or maybe it's just like maybe the speed boost was out by that time, then, you know, you get slowed down. If that happens while you're drifting to the off-road, you will be slowed down immediately. Now, let's see. Apparently, yeah, got a like weird air pocket there that made him miss the UMT. A tough loss. Still got the sub, but a tough time loss there. So yeah, you know, potential to come on this run. Pause. Whoa, actually massive pause. Hold on, pause. Alright guys, this is a big one. Big Blue 150cc by Sornano. This is Sornano's first and only world record in the game. A 123.496 on Big Blue, subbing 123.5 on Big Blue. The Twitter caption is all caps, finally, with 3 exclamation marks. Now, I don't know if he's referring to the fact that it's finally a sub 123.5, or probably more finally I got a world record, but both massive accomplishments. And I think part of this is, you know, Big Blue, Mount Wario section tracks, they used to have a timer bug, which only let like your lap times end. Basically, it was like tracked by frames instead of milliseconds, which led to a lot of ties and stuff. But they changed that in the Way 4 update. But Big Blue only had a few records, only one actually post balance patch, and it was a 123.574. Stood for 54 days, by the way. Short. Wait. Whoa. Whoa. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold it. Did I see what I thought I saw? Regular shortcut. Oh my god! Holy shizazzle, dude. Holy. We now know what he's talking about when he says finally. Something that I didn't even think was possible prior to a few months ago. Something that I never thought I would see in a world record. Wow. And he clears it. I mean, completely clears it. I don't know if you guys have seen like the JP Givener. He did the shortcut with 3 mushrooms, and then I think he did eventually pull it off shroomless. But it's like, I mean, obviously it's not that fast the way they were doing it before. But I mean, this is. I mean, obviously it's world record. Like, that's insane. Okay, dude, can you imagine the pressure to finish the run after making that shortcut? Listen, that shortcut is not easy. Okay, if you're at a loss here, that shortcut is like the hardest shortcut in the game, and to do it with only 1 mushroom as well, that's crazy. And is not what was done in the world record for the first 6 years of this game's release. I mean, the pressure that's on to finish the run, and it's not like, you know, it's not something as crazy as like Wii Rainbow. Bro, it's not as something like crazy as like Wii Rainbow Road like glitch, right? Where you get that, and then it really doesn't matter how badly you drive afterwards. You know, wow. This is amazing. We're gonna watch it one more time. This is amazing. Truly, truly incredible. Tornado. I mean, just amazing. Mushroom mini turbo. Jump. Mushroom trick. And it's just perfect. Oh, wow. Amazing. Amazing. Wonderful. Wow. Okay, wow. We just got it. Moving right on, guys. Moving right on. GBA Mario Circuit by Shira, a 123.475. Shira's first world record since March 26th. And the first world record since March 26th, which stood for 41. White Yoshi Bitty Buggy is the combo. As of now, this track has seen a lot of combo changes post-balance patch. So before the balance patch, it was either Waluigi, Roy, or Donkey Kong. All 3 of them saw actually lots of activity on this track. Using the Bitty Buggy and the Leaf tires for most of the time, actually. And then the recent world records used the button tires, but they have the same stats as the Leaf tires. So, but I feel like everyone always uses Leaf tires in world records. I didn't even know there was a coin over there. What? How did that coin even... Whoa, what? Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. So first things first. Using Yoshi, you're now able to get an extra mini turbo and a mini turbo trick off that boost ramp. That's the first thing. Donkey Kong didn't do that. And what I was going to get into is that the post-bounce patch combos, it went from Donkey Kong Bitty Buggy, pre-bounce patch, to the first one being Link Teddy Buggy, then Medium Me, who's the same as Mario and Ludwig, Ink Striker, all Leaf tires, because Leaf tires have like a better anti-grav stat, and for some reason have always been better on this track, even though there's like barely any anti-gravity. That's why you see it on Big Blue and Mute City, because those tracks are entirely anti-gravity. Anyway, and like Wildwoods. Anyway, so yeah, Link Teddy Buggy, Medium Me Ink Striker, and then Luigi Ink Striker, so slightly different, but pretty similar, Mario versus Luigi. And then Yoshi Bitty Buggy Rollers, and the Rollers really help with the mini turbo stat, helps you get that mini turbo boost trick. Now, this run right here, that coin has always existed. It's just, I didn't even know it existed because you never go on the left side of that oil patch. But my guy Yoshi says, I'ma do it. I'ma get that coin. Now, Yoshi still has 9 coins at the end of lap 1, which is what Donkey Kong and Luigi and Medium Me all had. So let me do another quick analysis. By the way, you can get that mini turbo all 3 laps. Alright, the analysis is pretty simple, and this is what I would have guessed. This tiny little turn skip Nisk thing that you saw this record do on lap 1, the record has not done on lap 1, like ever, and instead they get the first coin and then like cut inside, but they don't cut any of the grass off. They just go wide to get the first out of the 2 coins to still take the turn kind of tightly. And that's how they get their 9 coins. Yoshi decides to take the Nisk lap 1 and get his 9th coin on the left of that oil patch. Fascinating. Still drives to the left of the oil patch. Is that something that the other characters would do? No. So Yoshi just really likes the left side of the oil patch. And yeah, getting that mini turbo with any other combo would like be literally impossible unless you're using a baby. Because I mean, you don't even see the blue sparks come out. Like it's just barely. But wow, okay, nice strat changes on RMC. I like this. Extra mini turbo here, I think, as well. At some point, and super mini turbo into mini turbo. That's not how they do the NIST normally. Usually they go on the right side. They just charge one long super mini turbo to jump over. No extra mini turbos. You do the hairpin turn, and then you just do a super mini turbo jump. That's like how I've been doing it since 2018, or even like 2017. But now super mini turbo into mini turbo, jump over the thing, clear it, cash. Great new strats. Wii Maple Treeway 200cc, a 148.764 by Vincent. Vincent was excited that he joined a lot of his friends on the worldwide tops. Vincent, we got Miguel, Mirai, Hickey, Army, Tane, Zay, Yas, Banana, and Deadmate. So I don't know if he just mentioned all 10 players that have the worldwide tops or if he knows all of them. That was the caption of his tweet. It just says worldwide tops, and then he mentions all 10 names. He is Switch friends with like 6 out of the 10, including himself. So who knows? Anyway, let's watch the run. Don't really know the thought process behind that caption, but this is Maple Treeway 200cc using Wario, Gold Standard, Crimson Slim. The combo has not changed post balance patch, but it was buffed. This is one of the few tracks where the combo has had no change, just taking advantage of the vehicle buff. If you went ahead and watched P's video, as I told you to, as I recommended for you to do, you'll know that the stat changes affect 200cc less than they do 150. So it is fair that this track's combo did not change, especially because the Gold Standard, the Gold Cart, and the Crimson Slim tires were both buffed. So it's fair. That's fair. Nice little slide strategy there for alignment and more. Holy sideways motion glider shenanigans. This is a speed combo. So you're not taking advantage of excessive mini turbos. You are not getting arthritis on this track. You're just driving. Anytime you're just driving straight, you're gaining time over anything else. There's no mini turbo boost ramp like we just saw on RMC that you need to get. It's very nice. Interesting. That jump is interesting. I'm thinking maybe there's a little bit of air that he's trying to avoid, especially because it's at the end of his speed boost. Nice low trick there. Also, sticking to the ground at that whole section with the shortcut is like kind of difficult. If you're slightly in the wrong place, you get a bunch of air. It's mad slow. So he knows where to go, though. I mean, he's Vincent. The goat. One of the goat. There's a lot of goats in this game, to be fair. Oh, nice. Nice. I like the low trick. Bang. By the way, all the world records from Dolphin Shoals to the one we just watched were on May 6th. This one, wow, that was loud. Amsterdam Drift 150cc, a 134.847 was on May 8th. We're cheating. It was on Monday. We're cheating. This is the track we're cheating on this week. It was set on May 8th, a 134.847 by Panda. Technically, the world record of the week would be on May 7th, a 134.908. Either way, both sub 135, and I believe it's obviously not the first sub 135. We watched the 134.993 by Kapkal way back April 6th, but then on May 5th Panda got a 134.987, his own sub, and then got a few more all the way down to this point 847. And something to note is that his last three runs, the 134.986, a 134.908, and then this one, the 847, all used motion glider in that beginning section. Let's watch it. All right, so this glider, Panda employs, so barely motion glider shenanigans, and that is why I'll skip to where we were in the run. All right, so that is why there were only 3 world records before Panda's run that used motion glider, and they were actually 3 out of the first world records ever on this track. There have been 46 total world records on this track, so including Panda's 3 world records that all use motion glider, 40 out of the 46 runs do not use motion glider. So obviously it saves a very small amount of time, but being time trials, anything that saves time you're gonna do. And so I'm assuming that motion glider will probably stick. It might be at the point where Cup Call could beat Panda's time without motion glider, probably when Panda's time was a 986 or a 987, or maybe even the 908. But now you got this 847. It's gonna get harder and harder. You're gonna want to get every time save you can if you want to beat the time. And yeah, so ending out Amsterdam Drift. Cash Money Cash from Panda, as always. Yellow Yoshi, his go-to character. Cash. N64 Choco Mountain 150cc, a 152.496 by Rasu, or Devil, from before. And Devil is using Teddy Buggy wood tires. The wood tires have never been used on this track. It has always been roller or Azure roller. Actually, roller was used once. The rest were all Azure roller. Azure roller tends to be more popular, but now we got the wood tires, and this is actually Devil's 30th world record, and that was his Twitter caption. So congratulations, Devil, on your 30 world records. Very cool. The world record before this was a 152.599, so it was beat by 0.103, and that record was by Army. And yeah, before that, before the balance patch, it was a 152.670 by Panda. It stood for 351 days, and then Nintendo updated the game. This is something Pete talks about in his video, right? If Nintendo never updated the game, who knows how many more days that 351 day lasting record would have lasted. Yeah, we'll never know. But yeah, Yoshi Teddy Buggy. Used to be Bowser Bitty Buggy. Before that, Wario Bitty Buggy. And then the Bowser was the nice find by, I think, either Alberto or Panda, but Panda got the world record with Bowser. And then went to King Boo Teddy Buggy post balance patch. Now Yoshi Teddy Buggy wood tires. Chocolate. Oh, holy mini turbo. We're gonna be revisiting this track very soon on 200cc. We only have like 3 tracks left. Yeah, 3 tracks after this. I gotta go to bed, so that's a good thing for me. Because I have not been getting a lot of sleep lately because I record these videos at night. I'm working 9 to 5, but I record these videos at night. I've been uploading more, so for you guys that are here 43 minutes into the video, truly, it's for you. I mean, the fact that you're watching 43 minutes in, that's crazy. I can't thank you enough. Average view duration on this video is going to be like 8 minutes. So, no, it's going to be like 14. All right, the last video view duration was actually like 11 minutes. So it's going to be around there. But anyway, Alberto on DS Cheep Beach 200cc went on a rampage from May 5th to May 7th, ending with this 115.684. 118, ew. Actually, I don't think that's that bad. That used to be top 10 US. I know that. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, also part of P's video is like when the stat change, like when there are stat changes, like it takes people a while to figure out what combo is optimal and what new strats you can implement. So I guess, this week Alberto decided, let me try to optimize Cheep Beach. We'll get the official notes from him soon. But he had the world record before the bounce patch. It was a 116.053 using Wario Land Chip. And then May 5th, the first world record Alberto got afterwards was a 115.967. Went all the way down 8 world records later to a 115.684. Using all of them, using Yoshi Land Chip. Let's see what Alberto has to say about this run. The most typical Alberto beginning. I was bored, so I started screen sharing some Cheep Beach attempts to Gens 1. I was testing some random combos, and we quickly realized that Yoshi Landship was faster with some additional mini turbos and motion glider. As soon as I realized the potential, I pushed for world record. It was very easy to get with the new strats. I wanted to make world record strong again in order to secure it, and started optimizing my driving until getting to point 6. There you go. This run is definitely one of the strongest I've set since the update. Slightly improvable, but quite satisfied with it. I like that. Great record from Alberto. He improved his time by like right around 0.3 with the new strats. So yeah, typical Alberto moment. He's bored. Let's try a new track. Let's try a new combo. Let's theorize some new strats. Push for world record. Get the world record. Get 7 more world records as I just improved. So very nice. Well done, Alberto. SNES Rainbow Road 200cc had a short little battle this week. A record that had stood for 336 days, a 102.171, set by Alberto on June 4th, 2022, was just chillin' with Roy Bitty Buggy. That record had beat a record set for 9 days by Alpha, which was a 102.188. So Alberto beat that by 17 milliseconds, 9 days after Alpha set it, which was 118 days after Alberto had a record, which was Alberto had a bunch of records in one day, and before that, Alpha had the record. And then before Alpha had the record in 2021, Alberto had the record. And then before Alberto had the record, Vincent had the record. And then before that, Alberto had the record in 2021. And then Alpha had the record in 2020. And then before that, Alberto had the record. And then before that, Alpha had the record. And then Alberto did in 2019. And then Alpha also had the record in 2019. So literally for years, these two have been going back and forth, on and off, on this track. A post-balance patch, nothing different. May 6th, Alpha, a 102.151, beats Alberto's pre-balance patch time. Alberto, the next day, gets a 102.127. You think it's over? It's not. Alpha gets back a 102.097. You saw that on the leaderboards, second worldwide. Alberto finishes it off on May 7th, a 102.093. So these two have been going back and forth on this track. I mean, Alberto has had... No, Alpha has had the world record for longer in total. Alpha has had the record for 726 days combined. Alberto has had the record on this track for 580 days combined. Yeah. I mean, they've had some like Alpha had a record that stood for 75 days. Then the next record stood for 103 days by Alberto. This is all in 2019. Then the next record stood for 154 days by Alpha. I mean, that's like a full almost like 3/4 of a year that just went by with 3 world records going back and forth between those two. And then on September 8th, 2020, Alpha with a dagger stood for 404 days, only for Alberto to beat it by 5 milliseconds 404 days later. Yeah. So great history on this track. Those were all Roy Bitty Buggy or Waluigi Bitty Buggy. I don't see any Donkey Kong Bitty Buggies. And then post balance patch, Yoshi Teddy Buggy. Great little battle history there. Great. We got one more track to watch. Let's do it. N64 Choco Mountain, a 119.905 is what was set on May 7th. But then on May 9th, we're like highly cheating with this one. On May 9th, Vincent got a 119.869. To be fair, it was like literally just a few hours ago for me as I record this. So there's that. But yeah, a 119.869. Vincent has had the world record uncontested in this category on Choco Mountain post-balance patch. And pre-balance patch, Alberto was chilling for about a year from April 18, 2022 to May 7th, 2023. So actually for over a year, when after the balance patch release, Vincent got his first world record this week, May 7th. A 120.256, brought it all the way down to sub 120, a 119.869. His comment on this run in particular said, bad lap 1, but really good laps 2 and 3. Very nice. He had some more comments, but I think they were all pretty simple. So the sub 120 was a 119.997. That's what most of the improvements were working towards. There was that sub 120. He said, sub 120 V2 LFG with lots of G's. And, the runs before that were just like decent runs, still improvable, almost there. Then he got the sub. But then he was like, may as well keep going. Brought it down to a 0.8. So very cool. Well done, Vincent. And yeah, we're gonna end it off with some Choco Mountain here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, very chaotic, but as I said before, if you're still with me at this point, then obviously you enjoy it. And I think if there's any videos to be chaotic on, this one's fun. I mean, it's a good time. You sit back, relax, you watch some world records, you have a good time. But guys, that's gonna do it. I really gotta go to sleep. I gotta get this video processing and uploading, so that you guys can see it, you know, as soon as possible. I don't know why my Ghost, first of all, exists, and second of all, why it's slower than Nintendo Alice, but that is for another day. I never time traveled this track, so I'm assuming that this is like when I think this is when I was recording the shortcuts video. Like, my lap one is a 37-second lap. That's crazy. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. As always, look forward to next week, and I will see you guys. Actually, I will see you guys either tomorrow or Friday. Probably tomorrow. Maybe Friday, but I bet that none of you can guess what the video is gonna be. You're not even gonna be close, like, because now you're thinking that it's like something really cool, it's something really exciting, and it's like you're not gonna be close like in that way. Like, no, you're not gonna be close like in the other way. It's a good video. I'm excited to record it. At least we're gonna have some fun. I'm hyping it up. It'll be fun. You know, it'll be fun. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Boom. Stop recording. I gotta do this to end the video.